Everyone, and welcome back to another FPL video on the channel. In this one, I'll be looking back at the previous game week that has just finished and giving you how many points I got and my thoughts and feelings on the game week. So let's get into it. So Robertson and Trent are the disappointments of the week. Um, Fulham looked a prime fixture for them to go out in the start of the season and potentially get a clean sheet with some extra bonuses in there, like an assist or a goal. However, Liverpool looked absolutely shocking out there. Fulham deserved the point that they got, potentially more. And yeah, Trent and Robertson just didn't look very good. However, I think they'll be all right going through the season, and I have no issue sticking with them. So Trippier was a good selection in the end as they kept a clean sheet against Nottingham Forest. And I believe he also returned with a bonus point as well. So lovely stuff. Cancelo kept a clean sheet today against West Ham United. He also looked quite attacking. He had a few shots and he looks like a superb pick moving forward. Now, Reece James, again, similar. He kept a clean sheet and he managed to get 2 bonus points. He also got a yellow card, like Cancelo, but still came away with the bonus points, which is only a good sign. Now, Meslier, I thought potentially they might keep a clean sheet against Wolves because they have no Jimenez and they don't usually score a lot of goals. However, they did concede, but he got 3 points due to getting an extra point from saves. So hopefully in the next fixture they can keep a clean sheet. So on to the midfield now, and we have Martinelli, Bailey, and Salah. So we'll start off with Bailey. I'm pretty sure he played on the right wing for Aston Villa, and they were very disappointing. They lost to Bournemouth, who are relegation favourites, and yeah, very poor start to the season for them. So Bailey has got two more good fixtures, and then potentially, if he doesn't do anything in them, could look to moving on. So Martinelli in the first game of the Premier League season, I thought he looked fantastic, and for only 6 million, he chipped in with a goal. He should have had another one. He's on some corner set pieces as well. I think that left flank is his, while Smith Rowe is out injured, and even when he comes back, it still should be his. So yeah, at 6 million, I think Martinelli is a steal, and I definitely recommend getting him in if you don't already. And of course, Mo Salah, the most expensive player on the game. He returned with 12 points, doubled because I had him as captain, so 24. Mo Salah scores every season at the start. You know, I'm pretty sure he scored now 4 years in a row at the start of the season, so it was pretty much nailed on. And the Fulham fixture looked prime for him to bang. Um, I thought maybe he'd walk away with a brace or even more, but he was barely involved. So the fact that we ended up with 12 points times two was surprising. Um, yeah, he was barely a factor in that game, but he walked away with a goal and an assist, plus the bonus points. So can't complain with that really. And then in attack we have Jesus, who blanked. However, he did look very promising in that, especially in the first half for Arsenal. He looked really good. Um, and I think it's only a matter of time before he gets the points return. And then Haaland in the match today against West Ham United, he looked for large parts irrelevant, but he came away with 2 goals and he was making some exciting runs, especially for his second goal. He made a lovely curved run, perfectly timed in behind, and De Bruyne found him with an excellent through ball, and Haaland was clinical and finished it. He also won a penalty and scored the penalty, so that hopefully nails the fact that he's now also on penalties, but I always thought that anyway. So Haaland next week with Bournemouth in hand looks fantastic as an option. So overall, we ended with 75 points, which for a first game week is not too shabby at all. And we ended with a game week rank of 633,000. So out of 8.3 million players, I believe it is, we are currently 630,000, and hopefully we'll only climb up that ladder. So looking forward to next week, what are we going to do? So back line currently is going to look like this. We have Robertson and Trent against Crystal Palace. Now, against Arsenal, they looked pretty dire, really. In attack, they didn't really threaten Arsenal too much. They had a couple chances, but in the end, it was relatively easy enough for them. So I think this looks a great fixture for Robertson and Trent to get a clean sheet and potentially some bonus points if any attacking returns as well as possible. Then we have Mesley against Southampton. They did score. Southampton did score against Tottenham today, which surprised me. I thought Tottenham could keep them out, but hopefully Mesley can do that against them away from home. Then we have Trippier who plays Brighton. Now I don't expect this to be a clean sheet. Brighton played my club, Manchester United, and beat us. Don't want to get into that. They're a good attacking side, so it's a bit of a difficult fixture for Newcastle to keep a clean sheet. But I do think they could, but I don't expect it. And then we have Cancelo against Bournemouth. Now, Bournemouth did look good against Aston Villa, and they were able to shut them out quite convincingly. But do I think they have the attack to score against Manchester City? I don't think so. I think Manchester City will control the ball and they'll just control the game, and I think they'll be able to shut them out quite easily. Well, not easily, but I think they'll be all right for a clean sheet, and I think Cancelo hopefully can add some bonus points into the mix. So now on to the midfield, and we have four in midfield. So we have Bailey against Everton at home. I think that's a great fixture. Everton looked decent against Chelsea, but Aston Villa now they need a bounce back game, and what better than Everton at home. So hopefully Bailey can get some points there. Then we have Neto at Fulham. Wolves have just signed Gonçalo Guedes, which I don't know if that hinders Neto at all, but Fulham is a prime fixture for Wolves to bounce back, and hopefully Neto can be involved in that. Then we have Martinelli. Of course, he looked fantastic in that first game. Leicester conceded two against Brentford. I think Arsenal have a little bit more of an attacking force than Brentford do. So hopefully Martinelli can get involved in the goals, because there's always goals in the Arsenal-Leicester matches. And then we have Mo Salah against Crystal Palace. Now this is a candidate for captaincy. Of course, he scored and got an assist in the first game. He looked sharp in the Community Shield as well. So I expect this to be a bounce back game for them. They're going to want to get their first victory on the board. And what better place to do that at Anfield and against Crystal Palace. So in attack, we have, of course, Jesus. I'm not looking to ship him out anytime soon. I think the fixture run's excellent. And he looked sharp and exciting in that first match against Palace. I expect him to get on the score sheet within the next few weeks, if not this week. Leicester, of course, as I said for Martinelli, they're not the best defensively. They conceded two against Brentford, so I expect Arsenal to get on the score sheet, and hopefully that can be Jesus. So my captaincy pick for this week is going to be Haaland against Bournemouth. Now this is a potential triple captain, but I'm undecided, and I will, figure that out within the week. But Haaland is definitely going to be my captain anyway. Of course, Bournemouth look good against Aston Villa. However, Man City are a different beast. They're just an unreal attacking force. They're the best team in the league, and Haaland is one of, if not the best striker in the world. And he's now found his feet in the league. Got 2 goals in his first game, and I expect him to feast on Bournemouth. So for me, there's no doubts that Haaland will be my captain in game week 2. So on the bench, that leaves us with Ward, who has Arsenal. Then Reece James against Tottenham, Archer against Everton, and Andreas versus Wolves. Now, it's a tough pick to leave Reece James on the bench. I'm undecided whether I'm going to do that or not. If not, I'll have to sub him in for maybe Bailey or Neto, one of the two. But I think Tottenham will score against Chelsea. So I think he's gonna leave that game with like 2 points. That's my prediction anyway. So which is why I'm gonna go with the attacking assets in Bailey and Neto and hope for the best. Andreas looked pretty impressive in that game against Liverpool, and for 4.5 million, he looks a great asset to own. Wolves is not a bad fixture. However, I think Wolves are quite solid defensively, and I think that game could be a low-scoring affair, which is why Andreas doesn't make the starting 11. But in a potential fixture, a better fixture for Andreas, he could definitely start because he's playing in that 10 role for Fulham, and he looked pretty good, and he's on set pieces. So for 4.5 million, it's a bargain to be honest. So that's the roundup of my game week 1 and potential game week 2 team. Um, if you're interested in joining my league, barely anyone's in it, but if you want to test yourself against me, the league code is down below, as you can see in the bottom right hand corner, and I'll also leave a link in the description. We have 0.5 in the bank in case we want to make any transfers by Saturday. And yeah, I'll have a full team out come Friday to let you know if I've made any changes or transfers. But other than that, thank you so much for watching, and I'll catch you all next time. Cheers, guys.